What I'm about to tell you is considered one of the most brutal crimes in modern history. This isn't just another true crime case. This is a nightmare that actually happened. Japan, 1988. A 17-year-old girl named Junko Furuta. Good student, worked part-time, dreamed of becoming a singer. Just a regular teenager living her life. But on November 25th, everything changed. For 44 days, she endured something no human being should ever experience. And when it was over, her body was found encased in concrete. This is the story they call the concrete case. And I need to warn you, this one's really dark. Before we get into what happened, you need to know who Junko was. Born January 18th, 1971, in Misato, Japan. She lived with her parents and two brothers. By all accounts, she was just a good kid, you know? Honor student at Yashio Minami High School. Never missed class. Teachers loved her. Friends adored her. She worked part-time at a plastic molding factory, saving up money for a graduation trip. She'd even landed a job at an electronics store to start after graduation. Her friends said she dreamed of becoming an idol singer. She had her whole life ahead of her. That's what makes this so much worse. She wasn't just a victim. She was a real person with real dreams. November 25th, 1988. Junko's riding her bike home from work. It's evening, probably thinking about homework or what's for dinner. Normal teenage stuff. Then, two guys on motorcycles show up. Hiroshi Miyano, 18 years old, and Shinji Minato, 16. These weren't just random delinquents. They'd dropped out of school and were involved with the Yakuza, the Japanese mafia. Here's how twisted this gets. Minato kicks Junko off her bike, just knocks her right off. Then he takes off. Now Miyano, he plays the hero. Approaches her like he just happened to witness the attack. "Hey, are you okay? Let me walk you home. It's dangerous out here." She trusts him. Why wouldn't she? He just saved her. But instead of walking her home, he takes her to a warehouse, threatens her, tells her he's Yakuza, says if she doesn't do what he says, he'll kill her. That night, he took her to a hotel in Adachi and raped her. Then he called his buddy and bragged about it, like it was some kind of achievement. His friend told him, "Don't let her go." And that's when it became a kidnapping. The next morning, Miyano takes Junko to a park. 3 more guys are waiting there. Joe Ogura, 17, Yasushi Watanabe, 17, and Minato again. 4 teenage boys. They surround her and tell her, "We know where you live. We know where your family is. Try to run? They're dead." Then they take her to Minato's house, his family's house in Adachi, Tokyo. 2nd floor bedroom. That's where they kept her for 44 days. Now here's the part that'll really mess with your head. Minato's parents were home. They knew something was going on. Junko was forced to pretend she was Minato's girlfriend whenever his parents were around. And when it became obvious they weren't going to call the police, the guys just stopped pretending altogether. His parents later said they were afraid of their son, that he'd been violent toward them, so they did nothing. 2 days in, Junko's parents report her missing. But the kidnappers force her to call home 3 times. Make her tell her mom she ran away, but she's safe, staying with friends, buying themselves time. I'm not going to go into every single detail of what they did to her. Honestly, some of it's too horrific to even say out loud. But you need to understand the level of evil we're talking about here. They beat her constantly, burned her with lighters and candles, made her dance naked while they watched, forced her to do things I can't even describe, made her drink excessive amounts of alcohol, smoke multiple cigarettes at once, inhale paint thinner fumes. She tried to escape once, just once. As punishment, they beat her face until it was completely unrecognizable, burned her ankles with a lighter. By December, She couldn't even walk anymore. She was confined to the floor of that room, severely malnourished. They were barely feeding her. Her body was shutting down. Her face was so swollen you couldn't even tell who she was anymore. Her wounds started to smell, and at some point, she started begging them to just kill her. Think about that. A 17-year-old girl begging for death because the pain was too much to bear. And these guys? They didn't stop. They brought in even more people to assault her. At least 6 different people participated in what happened to Junko. And during all of this, during her 44 days of hell, they even kidnapped and raped another girl. January 4th, 1989, day 44. The night before, Misato had lost money playing mahjong. He was pissed off, and he decided to take it out on Junko. He lit a candle and dripped hot wax on her face, put shortened candles on her eyelids. Then they started beating her, lifting her up, kicking her. She fell onto a stereo unit and started convulsing. And here's something that really shows you what kind of people these were. Before they beat her, they put plastic bags on their hands. Why? So the blood wouldn't stain their skin. Then Misato poured lighter fluid on her body and set her on fire. She tried to put herself out, but she was too weak. After about 2 hours of this, at 10 a.m. on January 4th, 1989, Junko Furuta died. She was 17 years old. Less than 24 hours later, Minato's brother called him. I think she's dead." These guys panicked, not because they felt guilty, because they were afraid of getting caught. They wrapped her body in blankets, stuffed it into a travel bag, put the bag in a metal drum, and filled it with wet concrete. Then they drove to a vacant lot on Wakasu Island in Tokyo and just dumped it there like she was garbage. For 2 months, that drum just sat there. Nobody knew. But then in March, Miyano and Ogura got arrested for kidnapping and gang raping a different girl, completely separate crime. During questioning, Miyano thought Ogura had already confessed to Junko's murder, so he just told the police where to find her body. The cops were confused at first. They were asking about a different crime. On March 29, 1989, they found the drum, broke it open, and there she was. They identified her through fingerprints. Now here's where it gets even more infuriating. Because all 4 main perpetrators were juveniles, under 20 years old in Japan, their identities were legally protected by the court, sealed, anonymous. But a tabloid magazine said absolutely not and published their names anyway. They argued these guys didn't deserve anonymity given what they'd done. And honestly, good. July 1990, the trial. All 4 were found guilty of kidnapping, rape, assault, murder, and abandoning a corpse. The sentences? Hiroshi Miyano, the ringleader, 20 years. That's it. For 44 days of torture and murder. Joe Ogura, 5 to 10 years, served the full 10. Shinji Minato, 5 to 9 years, served 9. Yasushi Watanabe, 5 to 7 years, served 7.
The public was outraged. People demanded life in prison, the death penalty. But legal experts said the sentences were appropriate based on precedent. Miyano's parents sold their house and paid Junko's family about $350,000 in compensation. And his defense lawyers used that payment as a reason for leniency. Can you imagine? Your daughter is tortured to death, and the killer's parents write a check like that makes it okay.